still had good moments here and there, but depression. What really? It's not even that you left. It's not even how you blocked me and all that. It's mine. It's pure regret. It's like how needless my idiocy was. How needless it was to go that way. Like, why did I let it go? It's just like, it's one thing when things go wrong. That makes you feel bad. But when things go wrong and you know it's all your fault and you were a complete idiot and the stupid mistakes I made were just were completely unnecessary. It's just like, why did I do that? Why did I act that way? I've heard terms like anxious avoidant. That's the closest thing I can think. I'm not a therapist, and I don't have a therapist. I've never had a therapist. I have meds. I tried changing those a few months back. No real effect. OCD has been off the charts. Every other thought I have to open up a pad and write down. I have to type out. My anxiety, that's been like almost, I think, on par with how gloomy I've been feeling. It seems to go back and forth. Like during the day, it's anxiety, and then the dark comes, and then it's the gloom. And then finally, around 1 to 3, when it's about time for me to go to bed anyway, that's when I'll finally get a little bit of a something. Ugh. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I would call you a narcissist too. You're like one of the nicest people I've ever known. And it's not like you were just acting the way you did without reason. You had very good reason. I was such an idiot. I've been watching through your videos, boyfriend. You're in the jealousy video. I hope he's treating you better than I did. I hope he is actually giving you respect. You said you don't want anyone that worships you, that doesn't do anything but worship you. Well, now I kind of worship only God because, you know, that the very first commandment of all. But I did, and even though you're gone, you're always going to be, well, at least the thought of you was always a night light in the darkness. You were like a nightlight in the darkness. You were something that made sense and when nothing else did. And I completely screwed everything up. And that's on me. And now look at me. As if you're probably looking at me like, man, he's a man. Well, I don't think, who wouldn't? I have been kind of I'm not. I have moments. I don't want to worry about me too much. I try not to worry. I'm probably going to be going down to visit my dad for a few days. I think I mentioned that this weekend. That might help clear my head, being around people I know. I haven't seen them in a couple of years. It'll be nice to see them. Maybe that'll help with my mental state. I don't even know if what happened, all that, is the root of the way I'm feeling, but even if not, I just feel like, I don't know. Can Humpty Dumpty be repaired? Because I in my idiocy, I not only knocked him off the wall, but I stomped on the pieces. The fuck was wrong with me? I mean, I can blame the occult, I can blame this, but at what point do you say, no, it was my conscious decisions that led me to where I was? It wasn't another person's understandable behavior. I don't know. And the occult may have been getting into that weird occult stuff may have been an aggravating factor, but I don't know. I honestly, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, it's like after all that, now I've ran for 2 years. Yeah, I know how it looks. Probably how it is. I'm an idiot and I did nothing but run, so I can understand if you'd never forgive me for the way I've been acting. I acted like a complete child. I wonder, am I really making these videos to try and make amends with you, or am I trying to make these videos to make myself feel better in my state? Am I really, is there still a part of me that's doing this for me? Probably. If anyone was the frickin' narcissist, it was me. I was such a stupid idiot. Yeah, do you know what I think it was? You were a blessing that God sent my direction. You were a blessing that God put in my life. And I completely screwed it up. I screwed it all up, and that's why I've been feeling this way. This is what happens when God gives you a blessing and you completely just screw it up and act like a total idiot with it. God gave me a blessing, and you were probably the greatest blessing God ever put in my life, and I will just say that right out, even if I never talked to you. And then I took you for granted, acted like a child, and never got past my anxiety to actually address things and talk about things seriously. And things went the way they did. And now, yeah. Oh, nothing's been right. I think I'll always, it's been 2 years. I don't think I'm ever gonna get over. I don't think I'll always be sorry for that. Yeah, the way that went, that's probably always going to be one of the biggest regrets of my, if the biggest regret of my life, fumbling you the way I did. And how could it not be? You were one of the greatest blessings God put in my life, and I took you for granted. I avoided you out of anxiety, and I just acted like a total idiot. For what it's worth, though, I did, in a sense, worship you. You were a nightlight in the darkness. The one thing that made sense when nothing else in the world did. And now everything's just weird and stuff. I don't know if you ever did get into that stuff, but I'm begging you if you haven't. Oh gosh, that was the stupidest thing. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I was such an idiot. But just in case, don't get into that. If you ever hear any of your friends saying they want to get to it, please don't let them. That stuff brings in stuff into your life that is so bad. Like, things went so bad and so weird. My mind, my life, and it's still happening. It's still going on. I've missed you, of course. I don't think I'll ever not miss you. Sometimes I start to wonder, start to get grim thoughts like, is this my new normal? Is this just the way I'm going to feel for the rest of my life? Maybe. When God puts a blessing in your life, don't be a fool with it like I was. That's it. See you later. Probably not much. I'm making one of these videos every couple hours because my nerves will start to build up, and then making these videos helps release. I realized that last night. I felt a little better. I hope your new boyfriend, I hope he's treating you better. I hope he's not treating you like I did, not being a total idiot. But I do see that you're doing kind of alright on your YouTube. So that's good to see. At least that's one of us. At least that's one of us. I know that's probably not perfect, but Who was life ever perfect for? Everybody goes through depressive, anxious periods in their life, some more than others. If you have autism like me, it can be pretty bad, but it's like you said, we're not really that broken. You're right, we're not really as broken as sometimes the depression and the anxiety will tell us. And it can feel that way sometimes. You just gotta like stop yourself when you're having those kind of dark thoughts. And you're like, whoa, 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 that's your imagination playing games with you. Remember what happened last time your imagination got carried away playing games with you. No, don't do that. Don't. I do not want to go down the road again. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. You were a blessing that God put in my life, and I completely fumbled you. And that is mine to live with. That's something I have to live with the rest of my life. I meant it then, and I'm so sorry. I'll always be sorry. I still have alright moments. I'm just glad you're doing well. As weird as it is, that does make me feel better. A little, in a weird way, to know that you're still out there doing alright and that you found someone else and that hopefully they're treating you better than I did. I hope to God they're treating you better than I did. I was such a fool. Anyways, that's it for now. Yeah, see you later.